Hello, this is Dave Hurwitz, Executive Editor at ClassicsToday.com. Let's talk about TAMBERG, shall we? I mean, Estonian composer EINO TAMBERG, and this absolutely fabulous disc of his orchestral music featuring the Residente Orkest of The Hague, Residente Orkest Den Haag, Dutch people, you can pronounce it, and I apologize in advance. Nimi Järvi's the conductor. There you go. That part I can get. Nimi Järvi. Järvi. I don't care. It's great. It's fabulous. It's on BIS, by the way, and it contains 3 works. They are the suite from the ballet Joanna Tentata, the Symphonic Dances, and the Concerto Grosso. Now, TAMBERG was a resolutely tonal composer for most of his career. He wrote fabulous music. His opera, Cyrano de Bergerac, you know that story, was recorded by CPO, and it turned out to be fabulous. I mean, it's just a wonderful tonal verismo opera with great tunes and arias, and you can't imagine. It's like, where has this guy been? Well, he's been in Estonia, and of course the opera is in Estonian, so but it deserves to be popularized. Now, there were 2 discs of TAMBERG issued on the Antes label, which also contained the Concerto Grosso, a performance that in some ways is even more brilliant than this one, but they may be harder to source. They're available, that much I know, so you might want to get that one too, because you do get the Concerto Grosso and other works, but you don't get the Symphonic Dances, and quite frankly, you just got to hear the Symphonic Dances. They're absolutely wonderful. Listen to this. I'm going to play you a bit of it, and you're going to fall in love with it. It's that simple. Listen. I mean, isn't that just great? I mean, it's wonderful. It's delicious. It's delightful. It's lovely. You see, TAMBERG had a very interesting character. When he was at the conservatory back in the glory days of communism, when Estonia was a mere province of the Soviet Union, it was considered highly irregular to write music that was either not socialist realist or not serious in certain prescribed ways. And he decided to lodge his protest by writing music that was humorous, and he signaled that by, as you just heard, employing the saxophone. And I think it's so wonderful that a composer should signal his defiance of the regime by writing music that's happy, genuinely happy and funny and amusing and brilliant. And it's just genius. It really is. And the Concerto Grosso, which also has a saxophone and a solo for everything, including trumpet and piano and bassoon and clarinets, and it's wonderful. These are wonderful, brilliant pieces. They ought to be repertory works everywhere in the universe. They aren't, of course. I did manage to persuade somebody to do the Concerto Grosso here in New York a couple of years ago. TAMBERG himself passed away a couple of years ago, just after that performance, which is a terrible shame because he wasn't that old, but he was a great composer whose music deserves to be known. Now, the ballet here, Joanna Tentata, is a lot more serious. It's more like Gothic horror, but it's, again, expressed in music of unashamed romantic color and passion and accessibility, and there's got to be more stuff. I mean, he wrote some abstract orchestral pieces, but I mean, his theatrical music is really where he was at as a composer, and that means that the likelihood that we'll ever hear any of it is rather small, because it requires, that much more effort and time and expense. But if you have a chance to pick up this BIS disc with Nimi Järvi and the Residenti Orchestra of The Hague, you really have to. It's simply a great disc of music by an absolutely amazing composer, and there's nothing more to be said about it. Keep on listening to EINO TAMBERG. You won't be sorry. Thank you. Take care. And if you enjoyed this little chat, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye-bye.